Hello, my name is Justin, also known as JT, and I'm a fan of Spider-Man. And it's actually a little bit tough to be a fan of Spider-Man. And there's a very simple reason for that. The current run of the comics that have been going on since last year, helmed by Mr. Zeb Wells, there's no nice way of saying it. They're not any good. They're mediocre at best, terrible at worst. Actually, I think terrible might be seen as an understatement, because I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. I've been keeping up with the current run of comics, and I can say with the utmost honesty, I wouldn't blow my nose in them. Spider-Man as a character was originally envisioned by Steve Ditko and Stan Lee as someone who could evolve, who could grow. And yet, ever since 2007, when Joe Quesada made his decision known to split Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson apart, Marvel Editorial has been insisting on enforcing this ridiculous status quo that the only way that Peter Parker as a character can be relatable is if he's constantly broke, unable to hold down a job, hated not just by supervillains but society and his fellow heroes, and unmarried. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's supposed to be Spider-Man, right? Not Spider-Man Child? He's supposed to be Peter Parker, not Peter Pan? Well, I could be told otherwise with the current run of the comics. It's blatantly obvious that Zeb Wells does not care about Spider-Man as a character, no matter what he might say. I'm sure he can write other characters well, but when it comes to the Spider-Man mythos, he just doesn't care enough to even try. Marvel Editorial. People such as C.B. Cebulski, Nick Lowe, Dan Slott, I could keep going on. If by any chance you see this, I mean this with the utmost respect. You need to get your heads out of the sand. You keep saying that you're telling new stories, that you're treading new ground. You're not. You're just telling the same old things, and readers are tired of it. Eventually, if you keep this up, you're going to lose your readers. Is that really what you want? I realize that as writers, you should be allowed to tell the stories you want to tell, but when it comes to writing a character that's been around as long as Spider-Man, 60 years now, 60 plus years now, you have a certain responsibility to treat the character well. You're not. I'm not saying that he shouldn't struggle. He absolutely should. But you don't need to keep going out of your way to make him miserable. And what's really infuriating is you say he can't be relatable if he has children. That would make him too old. And yet, not only have you broken Peter and Mary Jane up for what seems like the 1,000th time, you give her 2 children with somebody we know next to nothing about, some random guy named Paul. So Mary Jane is allowed to grow up, but Peter can't. You're not treating the character well, and it's not just him. Black Cat, Felicia Hardy, a character I don't even like, deserves to be more than just Spider-Man's rebound girl. You need to find writers who actually care about Spider-Man. J. Michael Straczynski cares about Spider-Man. Nick Spencer cares about Spider-Man. Chip Zdarsky cares about Spider-Man. Zeb Wells, he doesn't. Marvel, the status quo needs to end. One more day needs to be undone. You need to be willing to put in the work to tell new stories. Because right now, you're being unimaginative, lazy, and cowardly. If you're watching this, and you're a fan of Spider-Man like me, and tired of the status quo, please share this video to any social media platform you have. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Discord, whatever. And if you really are passionate about the Spider-Man mythos like I am, please create videos of your own, create messages of your own. Our voices need to be heard. Marvel cannot keep ignoring us. We need to make our voices heard. I'll tell you one thing, the Spider-Man project I'm looking forward to most this year is Across the Spider-Verse. And the main reason is because we're getting to see a Peter Parker that isn't just with Mary Jane, but also allowed to be a father. That needs to happen in the main continuity. It can't just be for Elseworlds or alternate universes, whatever you want to call it. Marvel, things need to change. Thank you.